I was asked by a friend today, don't you ever get lonely when you're traveling alone? Like as a solo traveler, it's like, how do you make friends whenever you go places? I find it quite easy actually. And in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk about how do you stop getting lonely as a person traveling on your own. One of the most important things about not being lonely and trying to find new friends while you're traveling is your choice of accommodations. I mean, that's very, very important to me. It's like I can't do a hotel, a fancy hotel, because there's simply nobody around. If you do want to meet somebody, you know, the best bet is hostels. And I know hostels with older people sometimes, you know, conjure up all these images of party people and everything, you know, drunk and noise. That can be a fact. But you can find some hostels that do have private rooms, and then they have common social areas where people go and hang out. And there's a whole bunch of them all over the world where you can go and rent the private room. Again, my preference is bed and breakfasts, or where I'm staying right here is a small hospedaje, it's called. And basically it's a room, private bathroom, and then there's a kitchen separate from everything. And if you want to go use the kitchen, you go use the kitchen, and guaranteed, you know, you'll bump into somebody whenever they're using the kitchen too, you know. So it's always a good idea to have a shared space, like a shared kitchen area, where, you know, you're definitely going to bump into people and you can strike up a conversation. You never know, you might end up going out to dinner some nights. That actually happened here to me. And I've met someone here and I ended up going out to dinner, hanging out for a night out. You know, not going to be the best friends in the whole wide world, but you get a dinner out of it. And even smaller, like hospedajes like this, they organize tours where they can get a guide to take you around and show you the local attractions here. So again, a group tour, that way you're going to interact with people that have the same interests as you. And definitely it's a good starting point for someone. Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? How are you doing it? You know, and if you spend 2 or 3 hours together, you'll see that you're of like minds, and who knows where it leads. This is the shared kitchen space where I'm staying right now. So you look around, it has everything you need. There's usually somebody in here, normal hours, cooking or making stuff. And everybody stores things in the fridge. So there's always people in and out here, and different people coming and going, and then that's where you get to speak to them and they ask questions about what is there to see, where is there to go, and you do the same thing, and that's where you make the connection. Right here in the kitchen. Another thing you can do to make friends is jump in a tuk-tuk, especially if you're here in Guatemala. Head down to the local coffee shop and you're never going to realize who you're going to bump into at any time.
Who is that Irishman? I see you. Who's letting the Irish in here?
And another thing people seem to forget is a smile goes a long way. You know, it doesn't have to be a creepy smile. It doesn't have to be, you know, it's just a hello, how are you? And then you strike up a conversation with somebody. It happens with me all the time. And I'm just interested in the basics, like where are you from? How long are you going to be here for? That kind of thing. And all of a sudden say, hey, do you want to go get something to eat? And now you have a friend. So don't forget, a smile goes a very, very long way. If you seem approachable and nice, then people will approach you. All right, back in the house now. I hope you can hear me. I did put my microphone on because the church just started. They're singing and wailing, whatever they do in churches. But they're sound like a rock band actually. Anyway, the subject about how do you make friends and not feel lonely while you're traveling, and especially when you're a little bit older. So, my favoriteest thing was how I met a bunch of friends was taking Spanish classes. So my original goal to travel was learn Spanish first, and then that way I'll be able to cover a lot of the world. And so I went to Spanish school, and I did an immersive program where you did 4 hours a day, and I did that for like 5 weeks. I know that's a long time and not a lot of people can do that, but during that time, I actually made 2 really, really good friends. And in fact, I'd come back to Guatemala on a regular basis. One of my friends is from California, the other one's from Canada, and we meet here. Like, we don't see each other in our respective countries. I'm Boston, she's California, the other one's Ontario. And we meet here in Guatemala. So it's like, we made like really, really good friendships because we were all 3 of us trying to learn a language, and we realized how difficult it was. So to me, that was my favorite way to actually try to get involved with people. And the school I went to here, they do so many different things. It's almost every single day they have a different thing, whether it's a group hike up one of the mountains or it's a cooking class and you're learning how to cook with the local people. So they've got all these organized trips, and I guarantee you might not make a lifelong friend, but 100% for the time you're here, you're going to meet up with those people. You'll probably exchange Facebook information. You'll probably keep in touch with them over the years. So, I mean, my advice for traveling alone is go and do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. Here where I am, there's 75, 80-year-old women that come over here and they travel alone by themselves. So it doesn't matter your age, and you won't be lonely. You do have to put yourself out there a little bit. But if you look around, if you find the right things, take a tour, take a class, you're going to be around other people. So open up a little bit. When I'm traveling like this, it forces me to go out of my comfort zone just a little bit. And hi, how are you? Like today, I met 2 Norwegian girls. We literally struck up a conversation about what is there to do around here. And we ended up hanging out probably for over an hour and just chit-chatting. And then as they left, they were like, hopefully we get to see you over the weekend. Maybe we can get lunch sometime. Are they going to be my lifelong friends? Probably not. I don't remember their names, but that's just me because I'm kind of rude like that. But, you know, it's good to hang out with them for the day. Good to hang out with them for a weekend, maybe, and they move on. But just don't be afraid to talk to people. You're not going to be lonely, and you will be able to make connections while traveling. So get out there, go do it. And as usual, if you have any questions, ask me. You don't need to be a lonely traveler. Solo does not mean lonely.